One of the great things about an AR-15 is the magazine system. And of course, originally we had just the aluminum mags, and then you have, upgrades you can make to your mags, like these Magpul from Magpul with the followers. Then of course, you have your regular P-mags, which have really come out with some pretty innovative designs. I love P-mags. I've been using them for a long time. A lot of times when I'm reviewing something that's not just either aluminum or P-mag, a lot of people say, why reinvent the wheel? We've got it. One thing about free market is that it breeds competition, and competition drives down the price. Competition keeps the big guys like Magpul, which again, I love Magpul, P-mags. It keeps them on their toes from not getting settled. And so that's the window, of course, on the P-mags, second generation P-mag, the other things that happen with products to make them better. That's really what America's all about. I've come across something that's really innovative that I really like, and I just wanted to show you a great offering of some magazines for your AR-15. And so I just got in some of the Hexmags, and these are a brand new company out of Colorado, neighbors with Magpul, that are making some really innovative magazines. In fact, the hexagon shape here, you see it all over the magazine body. This not only looks really nice, it has a very useful purpose, and it gives you some texturing all along the magazine. So it's just a cool quality mag. I mean, looking over the mag itself, very quality. And sometimes you can look at something and you can say, yeah, it's marginal. And you can tell this is an exceptionally well done magazine. What I really like is the latch plate that matches the follower. And there is a color system that helps you to identify your mag. Now the Hex Orange is the first color that you get with the magazine, but there are 6 other different color codes you can use, and I have the orange sitting here as well. These are in 4-packs. You can get them and just replace the existing latch plate and follower of your existing magazine. So why in the world do you want to do that? And I'm going to give you a number of reasons and things that I find that would really make this useful. And the first one that came to my mind was my 300 Blackout. I use the 300 Blackout, and it takes the same magazines, everything's the same. It would really be nice to have something that was totally different. Now here's your standard 300 Blackout on the right and your 5.56 on the left. If you look at the cases, the 300 Blackout was actually developed using 223 brass or 5.56 brass. And so it's just cut down, it's shortened, and then it's necked down to accept the 30 caliber bullet. Now here we have a 5.56 upper. Take your 300 Blackout, drop it into the chamber, and it fits down in there pretty well. In fact, to the point that this can cause a catastrophic failure. In fact, I've got some photos here I want you to take a look at a 300 Blackout that was fired in a 5.56. So that means that if I have a magazine that I have 300 Blackout in, it's the same as the 5.56. It'll fit into the gun. It's the same magazine. And so it's going to be pretty easy to mistake that if you're not being careful. The same thing goes with a 300 Blackout. Here we have a 300 Blackout upper. I take my 5.56, drop it down in. Now, it doesn't fit all the way down into the chamber, but it can cause a major malfunction, and it can also be jammed into the chamber. In a self-defense situation, that can mean life or death. And then of course that could also relate to the 6.8 SPC. Of course, the big thing with the SPC is it's going to be a little bit larger, so it could just cause a really bad jam in your rifle. Now let's say you have 5.56 and you have 62 grain and you have 55 grain. You have different bullet weights, you have different barrel configurations, different twists, and this way you'll be able to quickly identify what magazine goes with what rifle. Also, you may have some 223 for hunting loads, and you may have some special loads. You may have match ammo in something. So there's some different ways that you can organize your ammunition, especially if you keep your mags loaded, or you can also identify these as a range tool. If you're at a range and you're dropping your magazines, this makes it really easy to identify your mag. The big thing is with a lot of the Magpul mags, which again, I'm a big fan of Magpul, they've recently come out with this little color code on their new generation mags where you can code it. But here is some mags that these are older generation Magpul mags that the base plates where I've colored them. But here you can see that you can get smudges, you can get out of line, and really which is not a huge deal, but if you really like to be organized, and if this kind of stuff bugs you, which it bugs me, then here you have a color code that looks really nice and uniform. Now, another cool design that Hexmag incorporated in their magazine is to have a no tool release. And so I can just push down that small button and the mag just pops right open. You're not going to do that with your typical magazine because it's not going to be large enough. You're usually going to have to get something sharp, probably the end of a 5.56, push down. This way, it's really simple to do it with just finger pressure. Now you have your stainless steel heat-treated spring that is treated for anti-corrosion. So you're not going to get any corrosion with these springs, and they're going to retain their rigidity because they are heat-treated. It has an anti-tilt follower that rides really nicely in the channel of the magazine. The construction is lightweight, but it's a fiber reinforced polymer. And they've done some destruction tests on their videos on the Hexmag website, but I'm going to, of course, do my own. No problems. Very good. Of course, some scuffing, which again, concrete, polymer. Spine looks really good. Everything held up well. We're going to do our standard drop test from the rifle, loaded magazine. Very little scuffing, but you know, concrete, polymer, just what it is. Then to change colors, just pull your follower off, pull the latch plate off, reattach your latch plate, then reattach your follower, slide it back into the magazine body, then just replace the base plate. As simple as that. Now you have a totally different color magazine follower and your latch plate. Loading the mags, very smooth loading, no binding. That's 30. Loaded well, no swelling. And so here you can see that each one is color coded, and then of course you have your orange. So there's 7 different colors that are represented. You have zombie green, you have panther pink, you have blackout, you have nimbus blue, hazard yellow, lava red, and hex orange. Now another way to organize the mags is to have them color coded to know which one is giving you problems. You know, you can mark that mag, but what happens when that problem works itself out, or you have it in another rifle and it works fine? Of course, having those marked really helps, and this is another way to do it. The manufacturer suggested retail is $14.99. They do have a dealer locator on their website, and I've seen them as low as $11.50. That's incredible. And the retail price on the Hex ID kit is $9.99. And of course, you can go with the big zombie green, just right for the Walking Dead. Hex mags are all made in the USA. Great new company putting out a really innovative magazine design. Durable, functions well. And guys, if you don't have 30 round magazines and you're in a state that can still own magazines over 10 rounds, I would very seriously be investing some funds into standard capacity magazines, because guys, you just never know what state's next. And for you guys watching this video that can only have 10 rounders, keep the fight up, guys. Turn this thing around and let's make America free again. This is ridiculous. So check out hexmag.com. Really neat, innovative design magazine, and be able to organize, identify, and color your mags and give it a little bit of personality. Be strong. Be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. And then to change colors, just go ahead and pull your follower. This is a really innovative idea that I really like. Whoops.
Big nasty! Oh yeah!
Snaps right back into place.